Schmackers. It's Thursday, January 19th. Good morning indeed, Schmackers. Did I or did I not find an absolute banger for the intro today? I mean, I love that song. I'm gonna start using that more often. Yes, I change shirts between shots. What are you gonna do? Kill me? Murder me? Commit violence against me? No, of course not. That would be dramatically disproportionate. But you know what? Sometimes people would have you believe that. Sometimes people would have you thinking that humans are evil and doing everything that they can be to be evil, and that we're headed for doom, and that the world's gonna blow up, and everything that's bad that could happen is gonna happen. Well, I'm here to tell you that not everything is terrible. Don't get me wrong. There are a lot of things that are terrible. There are a lot of things that are going wrong and things that we should actively work on. But I've noticed over the years that I am an optimist. Really, I think I'm just a realist. I don't think I'm an optimist about the future because I want to be. I'm an optimist about the future because I think it's the truth. Like, I look back at humanity and I look at what we're doing now and I think, yeah, we have some tough challenges, but I think we'll do it. So today I'm going to brighten up your feed a little bit by giving you 10 reasons to stay optimistic, even in the face of all the challenges we face. Reason number 1 doesn't have to do with realism. It has to do with you, and it has to do with how happy you'll be if you are optimistic. I see a lot of people, especially young people in my generation, kind of resigning to the doom and gloom of our times, thinking like, oh, I'll never own a home, and oh, capitalism has sucked all happiness out of our times, and those things might be true, but you will feel much better about things if you think that you can do something to change your circumstances, if you're doing something to work towards a better future. I've been in a place where I felt resigned to the universe and like the decisions that I made didn't matter, and that, you know, at the end of it all, it would all come to oblivion. And that is a dark thought to have. Not only is it a dark thought, it's also a really unproductive thought. If you want to be happy, then the first steps that you can take are believing that you can be happy, that you can be working towards this better, brighter future. Reason 2 to be optimistic is that there are lots of people doing really cool things all the time that you're not seeing. Reason number 2 to be optimistic about things is because the problems that seem so impossibly big to solve are all being worked on by billions of people every day, and you're not hearing about it. That means reducing hunger, that means reducing child mortality rates, that means getting people proper medicine and researching ways to make communication and living just better, more comfortable, more accessible. Billions of hours, billions of days worth of time go into that every single day. It's hard to think about problems on that scope because our little brains weren't designed for it, but just as big as our societal problems seem, are the forces opposing those problems. Reason number 3 to stay optimistic is that the youngest generation right now is poised to take on the biggest challenges that humanity faces because they are aware of them, they are aware of the solutions, and they are really motivated. That last point is really big. Young people are turning out to vote, young people are activists, and young people are going to change the world. Reason number 4 to stay optimistic is that while our challenges seem insurmountable, humans have faced and defeated challenges that also seemed insurmountable before. The Black Death killed off a huge percent. Hold on, one sec. An estimated 30 to 50% of the European population died during the Black Plague. There were people writing back then that thought this was the end of times, and humanity itself would no longer exist. One person during the Black Plague wrote the following: "So that the writing does not perish with the writer, or the work fail with the workman, I leave extra parchment for containing the work in case anyone should still be alive in the future." And then beneath that, we see it written, "Here it seems the author died," in different handwriting. But we kicked that plague's ass, and now here we are. Reason number 5 to stay optimistic is, even if you think that humanity surviving another 100 years is extremely unlikely, unlikely things happen all the time. And I would give it to humans to pull off an unlikely event. Like, paved streets didn't have to exist, and neither did Tamagotchi or like rec sports leagues or Wikipedia or Blender, the free 3D modeling software, or any open source project ever. But humanities pull through, and we do things for each other, and we make it through tough times. So even if you have some like statistical argument for why it's hard, just let's do our best. It's worth doing our best, no? Reason number 6 to stay optimistic: AI isn't gonna kill us all. It has come to my attention that in recent times, a lot of people are concerned that AI is like the end of it all. And, you know, Elon Musk made that prediction, and Elon Musk, as history has proven, is kind of a dumbass. So, don't take that too seriously. I do have a more serious position on this, and maybe I'll make a video about it at some point, but like, everyone seems convinced that AI will be the end of times. And I'm really not convinced by that at all. If you disagree with me though, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. Reason 7 to stay optimistic: it makes sense that we are still figuring things out. Just a few million years ago, we were apes. And a few billion years before that, we were dirt. The fact that we have come this far is like incredible. I mean, think about the phrase organic matter or living matter. That's what we are. We are like really advanced dirt. So be amazed and just like be optimistic, because if we can arise from the ground and start speaking and thinking and even doing evil things, then that's a pretty amazing thing. Reason number 8 to stay optimistic only applies to some people. But if you believe in a creator or if you believe in a God, then that God has a plan. And that is a good reason to stay optimistic. And there are lots of people that will tell you that your hope, your faith makes no sense, but if it works for you and if it's not hurting any other people, then that's a good reason to stay optimistic about the future. And no one can change my mind about that. There is a nuanced conversation to be had about whether or not religion hurts people in general just by its very nature and existence. But that's a conversation for another time, and the long and short of it is that I think you're probably fine believing in God. Reason number 9 to stay optimistic is to spite the haters. You know those people that think you can't do it? I say you can. I say we can. And let's show them. And reason number 10 to stay optimistic is because being optimistic is contagious. If there are 10 people in a room and they are tasked to move a boulder from one side to another, and all 10 people believe that it is impossible and not even worth trying, they will never move that boulder. If one person in that room, just one, believes that it's possible, and they are, you know, urgently telling everyone that we can do this. Well, let's say they convince one other person, and that one other person is able to strengthen their voice, and they convince the whole room, and the whole room tries to move the boulder, and they've done it. Part of the problem we face right now is that we don't believe we can do it. We don't believe we can fix the problems that we face. And if we don't believe we can fix them, then the truth is that we can't. But if we do believe we can fix them, then we can't. And that sounds paradoxical, but it's not. If enough people turn out to vote because they believe that voting changes democracy, our democracy changes. If enough people recycle and limit their energy usage, well, guess what? We're on our way to solving climate change. We can live in a better future. More than that, I believe that humanity can live in a utopian future, that we can reach the stars. But we have to believe that we can. So your advice for today is to be optimistic. More than that, it's to give other people a reason to be optimistic about humanity. Do a good deed, pay for someone's lunch, or pick up some trash off the side of the street. Be excessively kind when you don't need to be. Or, if you're on a video game and someone says team up and you say okay fine, don't kill them. Looking at you, Joey. Anyways, this was an optimistically large video to take on this late into the night, so I am going to go edit this video. I did see some of you guys reaching out to be guests on the channel, and I will be messaging some of you guys hopefully this weekend if I haven't messaged you already. With that being said, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the channel, do all the things. And Meshach, Schmackers, I'll see you on Thursday.